So the idea of self-compassion feels very daunting, challenging for a lot of us. And the actual definition of self-compassion is to be kind to ourselves, to be nice to ourselves. There's a reason why we feel that it's challenging, that we can't be self-compassionate. It is because ever since we were young, we were told to be nice to other people, to take care of other people. So if this resonates with you, stay tuned with us. We're going to talk about two kinds of self-compassion. There's nothing wrong in taking care of other people, but if we are self-compassionate as well, then we can take care of other people for longer time without getting burnt out. So it's very important to remember that, to nurture our needs, to understand what we need to have to feel happy so that we can help others, we can take care of other people. There is also a reason why some people feel that the idea of self-compassion is a bit woolly, it's a bit weak, it's not motivating for them enough. They want to achieve the things they want to achieve, and sometimes they feel they don't deserve it, or actually they just think, do I have the time to be self-compassionate? And I give you an example. I have got clients from all sorts of backgrounds, and when I ask them about something they're proud of, something they feel that they really are happy about themselves, and most of my clients will have no problem, but if I ask typically British clients to say, can you think of something nice to say about yourself, they will struggle. They'll be almost embarrassed or blushing, thinking, can I even say a nice thing about myself? Can I even be nice to myself? This notion of self-compassion is quite embarrassing for a lot of people. They think they're not deserving. There's been extensive research done by Kristin Neff. So there are two types of self-compassion Kristin talks about. One of them is gentle or tender self-compassion, and the other one is fierce self-compassion. Now, the gentle, the tender self-compassion is very much like holding a baby. So we can be kind to ourselves. It's more nurturing, it's more accepting, it's more gentle, it's more healing, and it's actually just in a sort of loving, accepting way. We can be very nice to ourselves, we can be compassionate and kind to ourselves. And the other self-compassion is a fierce self-compassion, whereby it's motivating, it makes changes in our life, it allows us to take actions that we would normally not take, it allows us to stand for injustice or unfairness. So it's very much like mama bear kind of self-compassion, that when we have that inner critical voice that is having a go at us, we can say, no, I'm not going to listen to you. So it's very fierce. It stops us from listening to those inner critical voices that we have. And we actually need both kind of compassions in our life. We need the tender self-compassion, but we also need the fierce self-compassion, so we can motivate ourselves. At the same time, we can heal ourselves. We can be gentle to ourselves. And there are three components of self-compassion. One of them is called mindfulness versus rumination. So the definition of mindfulness is being in the present moment, paying attention to the present moment without judgment, and just doing what we're supposed to be doing. We're supposed to be in the moment and doing that without thinking about our thoughts. Whereas rumination is the opposite. It's actually having so many thoughts. They say we have about 50 to 70,000 thoughts a day. And a lot of them can be quite self-deprecating, negative thoughts. And actually, majority of them are repetitive thoughts that we have on a daily basis, the negative voices, and the stories we are listening to or telling ourselves. So mindfulness versus rumination is the first aspect of this self-compassion. The second aspect is self-criticism versus kindness. So we can be kind to ourselves, we can be gentle to ourselves, we can be nice to ourselves, we can be healing and understanding of our triggers, our positive traits as well as our negative traits, and just be aware of them and be gentle with ourselves. The opposite of that is actually self-criticism. So again, listening to those inner critique and the negative voices that we have, that I'm not good enough, that I'm not approved, that I'm going to be negatively judged by people, that I feel like a failure, those negative voices that we are listening on a daily basis. And then the third component of this self-compassion Kristin Neff talks about is common humanity versus isolation. So when we are suffering, we're not on our own. Suffering is part of life. Every single human being on this planet has ups and downs. We suffer, from bad things. We have good things happening to us, as well as we sometimes have negative things happening to us, and that's just life. That's just what being human is all about. Versus self-pity and isolation, because when we are down, when we are feeling upset, we feel that we're on our own. We are in this little world and nobody's feeling like this, but actually that's not true. We all have ups and downs, and that's just what part of human being is all about. So that's the third aspect of self-compassion. So I've also created a video on a rain technique which helps us become more self-compassionate and is part of this. It comes from Buddhist tradition and you can access that video. Hopefully you find that useful. So if you take one thing from this video, make a list of things that really give you joy. Reading a nice book, for example, and then doing those activities and actually feeling grateful that you're able to have the opportunity to do those activities. It would really help you feel good about yourself, and that could be your part of being self-compassionate. But actually also it helps us become more resilient. The more we attend to ourselves, our needs, the more we heal ourselves through these activities, we actually feel better about ourselves. And it's a great way to build our resilience as well. I hope you found this content useful. If you have any comments, do let me know. Thank you for watching. Thank you for being with me. I really appreciate it.